bio, we know that you earned your master's degree in theology and an honorary doctorate from St. Thomas Christian University, and you are a very active member of your church. How did your foundation keep you grounded in your years of service with Jacksonville Sheriff's Office?
You know, our primary objective as law enforcement officers, every day that we don that uniform, to put it on and go out and to protect and serve you, our primary objective is to get home the same way we left home, back to our families, while we're serving and protecting, because we run to the trouble, and we run to do it for you, and it was an honor and a privilege, and I thank God.
Amen. Amen. Well, Mr. Jefferson, in that same vein, do you believe faith has a role in politics?
Does faith have a role in politics? You know, we oftentimes hear certain people saying, church and state, separation, church and state. Well, how can you separate the church from the state when there's only one God? You can't do it.
Right.
You can't do it. In the United States Capitol, before every congressional meeting, the first thing that they do is pray. Yeah. They have a chaplain. They have a chaplain. So no, the politics or the government goes beyond the walls of the church. And we have to be actively involved with it, because it's our future, our children's future, and our children's children's future that depends on the people we put in office. So be very careful who you select to go in office.
Amen. Wow.
Have you ever had to take a memorable religious stance in your professional career?
Have I ever had to take a memorable religious stance in my professional career? Yes. Can I just say it like this?
Yes, sir.
If that's all right with y'all. There was two dudes, right? Wait a minute, now y'all say I can say it like this. There was two dudes that was about to get in a fight, and one of them looked like that guy right there. Big, not him, but, you know, big, and can out-muscle me. And so I'm trying to mediate an argument, and it's getting heated up, and I'm the only one that I'm waiting for backup. And so you know how you get one of those Jesus, Jesus, Jesus moments? That's what I had, was Jesus help me right now. Lord, help me. So I had to take a memorable saying, look, I'm a Christian. You can't shoot me. If you shoot me, you're going to die and go to hell. So y'all need to stop. That was my memorable religious experience.
Oh, my God. We love it. We love it. Okay. Well, again, you've had a long career in Jacksonville. How have you seen the role of church evolve in our community over the years?
I've seen the church evolve because now the church is getting more actively involved in things in our community. Because for so long, we thought that the stomping, the spitting, and the shouting was all that we needed. But when Monday came, we had a crisis. We didn't know how to handle it. So we started getting taught. And we started reading and learning more biblically, and then extending our arms outside of the church. And we found out that, wait a minute, these are the people that need to be helped. These are the people that need to be saved. When we come together like this, everybody's happy, everybody's nicely dressed, but what about the man that feels desolate? What about the woman who's on the corner selling her body because she feels like she has a low self-worth? But now we're taking the gospel outside of the church, and we're getting government, and we're embracing it, and we're understanding that we all got to work together because we can do better together.
Amen. Amen. Wow.
Thank you.
Amen.
Y'all trying to make me put my theology degree to work.
I see.
Yeah.
What can be done to prevent the several cases of police brutality that we've all seen across this country?
And that's not a 2 or 3 minute answer, so I'll give you the elevator speech version. We see it all over, most recently in Charleston, South Carolina, where a young man was running. Well, I'm messing up your next question. I'm sorry.
That's my question. Wait,
that's your question. Okay. Y'all got me crazy up here. We see instances of police actions all over the United States right now. But let's just forget about all over the United States. Let's look at Jacksonville. Let's just stay home for a minute. There's a big distrust right now between the police and the public and the community. I want to build that trust back up. And the way I want to do it is I want to reintroduce the police department back to the community. That starts with leadership. It starts from the top. I cannot govern a community or a sheriff's office from behind the desk. I got to get, let me put it this way. A politician will sit behind a desk and send surrogates to come see about you. But a sheriff will get from behind the desk and come see about you. That's the difference between me and a politician. And if it starts with the leadership, it's going to trickle down much like the oil did on I told you I was trying to bring that theology degree out. I'm not going to go biblical on you, but
okay.
It starts with leadership. And the troops follow the leader. If the leader is out in the community, which I intend to be, if I'm knocking on your door finding out how I can better serve you as your sheriff, then my senior staff on down, as well as 1,603 officers, are going to be doing the same thing, interacting as opposed to just enforcing the laws.
Okay. Amen. Amen. That's great. That's great. And you just alluded just to this question I'm going to ask, but last weekend, North Charleston, South Carolina, a white officer killed an unarmed African-American man. The decision to charge the officer with murder came after graphic footage, of which everybody's probably seen by now, and that the footage revealed the man was shot several times while running away. What's your take on the incident?
What's my take on that incident? It was murder. It was cold-blooded murder. Understand this, police officers are professionally trained and know how to deal with just about any kind of situation. They're trained in unarmed combat, better known as defensive tactics. They're trained in armed tactics. They're trained into how to wrestle a suspect down or do all sorts of things. In this case, had it not been for that video shot by the individual, he would have gotten away with murder. He would have gotten away with murder.
Yeah.
My take on it is this. If I have rogue cops, such as this, I would do everything within my power to see that he gets prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law.
Amen.
And not only that, if I get wind of it, once I'm in office, I'm going to have an internal audit done anyway. If I get wind of any civil rights violations, any acts of rogueness, they're going to be terminated.
Wow. That's good. That's good. Wow. Well, and our last question was the body cams. What's your take on body cams?
Body cameras. I'm not opposed to body cameras. As a matter of fact, I'm more for them than I am against it. And let me explain that. As your sheriff, I would propose that we get body cameras. We get the federal funding that we need to get body cameras to outfit every single one of our officers. I just want to evaluate a little bit more the legalities of it, the privacy acts of it, and all of the bugs that might be in it, because there's a few states that's using them right now. I want to make sure that there's strong policy that says that you must have it on, because even if this officer in Carolina had a body camera, he could have chosen to turn it off. And I would want to enforce severe repercussions if that body camera is not on and you find yourself involved in an incident that needed to have been properly recorded. So I just want to work those bugs out. But I understand that body cameras are going to be the wave of the future with the way we do law enforcement. It's going to hold officers more accountable. They'll know that if that camera's on, then their actions are going to be recorded. Right. And I want to make sure that it's a wide-angle lens, because if it's a body camera attached to the center mass, we don't want it to be like the dash cam, just wherever you turn, it's just that one little section. I want a wide-angle lens, which they don't have right now, to be able to capture everything from every angle, from the beginning to the end.
Okay, thank you. That's good. That's good.
Well, we would like to thank Mr. Jefferson for coming and allow us to interview him today. Everything that you said, I think a lot of people out here agree with. So thank you for your time.
My pleasure.
You know, thank you for your message, and thank you for actually becoming a member now of Beyond the Well.
Well, thank you. Why don't we give our lovely interviewers a round of applause? They, right quick, they brought me in the room and said, now, we're not sure if you've done this before, so we're going to sit down with you and tell you how this is going to go. Or whatever. I just folded up and let them talk. But listen, it's been an honor and a privilege for me to be here. Thank you so much for this opportunity. The election day is May 19th, but early voting, forget that date. Early voting starts May 4th. We need to get out and we need to vote May 4th. If you're ready to have a sheriff that's concerned about you, if you're ready to have a sheriff that's connected to the community, if you're ready to have a sheriff that can relate to any neighborhood in Jacksonville, I got a word for you. And that word is, and I need you to share that word just like you share the gospel. That word is, there's a new sheriff coming to town, and his name is Ken Jefferson. Thank you so much.